So hey guys, we're back again, and we're just taking a little break, of course. But now we're back again, and we want to continue with our discussions. And of course, SJ is still here, Nella is here. Where's Tasha?
She's recording a program.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Let her record on. So we just want to look at a few topics, but the one we're about to talk about is just a bit serious, but don't worry, it's for a good purpose, right? Yeah. So have you guys been seeing what's been trending online about Cheryl Zondi? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about that, Nella? I know you've been following the story very closely. You were just telling me about the events and everything.
Well, it's quite a touchy story.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Simba, can you start? And then while I figure out what I really feel about the story. But I'm honestly really sad, and I'm not happy about it. Because as us as girls, guys take advantage, and then they tend to emotionally blackmail us. So and then and then you're just doing things just because you want something, or maybe like the music, she wanted him to produce some music and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the reason why she kept quiet for all this time. But it's very sad. If I was in a position, I would do exactly the same, and I'm very sad about it.
Mm-hmm. You do actually look really, really sad. SJ, you're a man.
All right, so I don't know if people actually know the story. Mm-hmm. So there's this girl called Cheryl Zondi. Mm-hmm. She joined this church when she was 13. Mm-hmm. And this church is being led by a pastor called Pastor Omotoso, I think, from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And he's in Gauteng. Mm-hmm. And so they've got a boarding house down in Umhlanga, mm-hmm. In the KZN area. So this girl, since she was 13, she joined the church. She started staying at this house, this boarding house in Umhlanga. And apparently he used to stay there as well. And so on her first night there, he invited her to her room. And that's when he raped her for the first time. Mm. And so now this is a person you're considering to be a man of God. Yeah. It's supposed to be a safe space. It's a church environment. You're looking at him as your father. You're not expecting him to put you in a situation where you're vulnerable like that, you know. And so you have this girl, Cheryl Zondi, coming out, and Twitter is talking about this issue. And I remember there was a Me Too movement a couple months ago, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know who came out and
Still
started
ongoing.
Talking about how they also experienced rape, and people came out and said, Me Too, Me Too.
Hey guys.
And Tasha's here.
Hey, are you done?
Yep.
Okay. Well, join us.
How's the show? Before I continue.
It was flames.
As usual. So, Valerie, can you
What are you guys
please
talking
enlighten
about?
Tasha?
Okay.
Okay, I know you're coming from a happy place because your show was fire.
Yeah.
But you have to, tone down a bit because we're talking about a serious issue concerning Cheryl Zondi. So she's been trending. She's all over, hashtags and whatnot. Yeah. So, when you see hashtags, you want to know more as in what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then we realized that this is actually a really deep, serious issue. So we decided to just talk about it. Okay. So SJ was just giving us more insight into that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just talking about it. I'm on Twitter now, and I'm just checking out these posts here. But if you look at Cheryl's demeanor during the entire cross-examination, I've never seen someone so sober. And very direct about how she feels about what happened. Listen, whether it really happened or it didn't, she's very graphic about what happened. I don't think we're here to play judge and jury.
Yeah.
But I think what's important is to talk about the effects that an incident like this has on the greater body of Christ, which is the church. But also the way that it then begins to destroy the credibility of men of God as fathers in society, because that's what they actually become. And I mean, we've talked about this extensively with different people. I think with Tasha at some point we talked about how we've got people that call themselves men of God, but they actually don't live that way. Yeah. And their lives don't reflect that. And it's just all a name, but in who someone is and the way they then begin to act will show you a different story. So it's a sad story. how do you guys feel about the whole idea of making yourself vulnerable to a man who you believe is a man of God, and then they take advantage of you? What's your take on that?
For me, I think these kids, because I feel like she was a kid. She was 14. So
Yeah.
it's up to us as mothers, as sisters, to tell our kids never to be in a position with a person. They shouldn't trust too much anyone to go in a private place with such a person, because you
but
are
how
running
do you-
away.
No, can I borrow your mic?
Yeah.
How do you know it's such a person when you meet them?
No, okay,
How
fine.
would you
I'm
know?
saying,
in
I'm saying
general.
a man
Such a
in
person.
general, like
A
such a
man
person
in
as a
general.
man
Man.
in general.
Yeah.
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 So if because you never know what's gonna happen.
So are you dating a boy? Right?
No, but then the person
because I suspect all three of you ladies are courting. Or if you're not courting, maybe you're going to court. But then you're not going to be hanging with your husband to be with
But
people
then, do you
all the
know where?
time. You're gonna have
Okay,
a time
where
you
did I
have
start
dinner
this
alone
from? I
together.
said when they're 14. Okay, when they're still
Growing up,
young
yeah.
and still growing up, they should not.
Yeah, still a teenager.
Yeah, I can try to fight it off. I can try to. Let's say I'm put in a position whereby that is about to happen to me. I'm sure you can fight it off because maybe you've received a taekwondo training or
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Gee.
Yes. But then
Yeah.
when you're 14, you're naive.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
vulnerable. Anyone can just say anything to you to persuade you into getting into a room for whatever reason. And that's the age where you want to be someone or something. Like she wanted
Yeah.
to venture into music. So now, because of that, it becomes really, it's up to us
Yeah.
to actually spread the word and tell your 14-year-old sister, never be in a room alone with a male person or a male anything.
Yeah.
If you suspect that this laptop is
Male?
maybe male, do not be.
say
Yeah,
male.
you need to.
Yeah, anything male.
Yes, do not, because if you just say just anyone male or boy, she can get into that position with an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
So you never know. You just have to say anything male.
All right, I've got an argument. Look at Queen Belle's face. She's like, how dare you? No, you know what? 14. We need to look at the facts, guys. Let's look at the facts.
Okay.
Young girls are losing their virginity
Very
at
early.
the age of 8 years old.
Wow.
Some at 9.
Yeah.
Yes, by 10, a grade 5 is well aware of what happens, So how do you approach this kind of topic, aware of the fact that these 14-year-olds you're talking about, some of them are so curious, they just want to go and do it. How do you address a 14-year-old who is very curious and they've already experimented in that area, and tell them don't be with a man, and they're telling you, no, in this day and age, it's all good.
But
14-year-olds, 13-year-olds have sugar daddies.
Yeah, and they're
you know?
very experimental.
And they're very experimental. By the time she meets a guy her age who wants to get married, she's traveled the road,
One too many
the very
times.
long road. Yeah.
I think like what Tasha is saying, it's happening, it's there, but you can never stop training your children
Exactly.
or your girl child. Even if they're losing their virginities at 8 or 9, you can never stop training them and teaching them. From our mothers, you know what I mean?
Yes, even till now, they
even
still
up until now, our mother at this age,
because we're not
do
married.
not be
They
alone
always
in
do.
a room.
with a boy.
The boy.
Yeah.
And at times you look at your mom like, really, mother? But it's like continuously say that. And I also feel like, you know how our parents tell us do not talk to strangers?
Yes.
That seems like it's a petty statement, it's cliche, it's silly. But it's so important. Do not trust strangers. Do not talk to strangers. Do not just go in a room with strangers. This was her pastor, I do understand. But you don't have that kind of a relationship with your pastor for him
Yes.
to call you to a personal space,
Yeah.
a room at 14.
No, guys, let's look at it like the pastor called it because she wanted like him to promote her music or something like that. So she's 14, she's naive. This is the pastor, and she thinks the pastor can do anything to her. So she's like,
Yeah, I
let me
guess
go, and then
That-
it's
that's
gonna
one
was meant
happen.
to
thing
go
we
with the
need to-
guardian.
Yeah.
That's the
Because she's
situation
below
there is.
age.
Yes.
You don't go anywhere to promote music. or
Yeah,
career
even
without your
she
guardian.
cannot do anything. She can't sign any
You can't
paper
sign
at
anything.
14.
They will look for your guardians. Even
Yes.
the pastor was going to say, where is your guardian? That's another question, I guess, to
But
research
for
or bring up.
me, when I was 14, I was really very sharp and bright. Maybe because of the training I had from school. They really emphasized on those issues.
Yeah.
So most of us really, maybe sometimes it's about background. You know how parents really uphold the man of God, and he is everything in the household. You can't do anything in the family if you do not consult the man of God. So sometimes it's probably that situation whereby because she notices that everyone trusts him, so in return she has to trust him in the same light. But now, like I was saying, and I'm emphasizing this again, in as much as we do that in our families, we're I believe we're all Christians, most of us. We really respect our men and women of God, but we should draw lines somewhere. We should be able to draw lines. I like the church that I go to. They really make sure that there isn't that much interaction between men of God and women. Because of these issues that someone can frame you, someone can talk about it in a different way. So you're there, I'm there. It should be really as transparency as possible. There should be transparency. So this is really deep. And the lawyer, the defense lawyer, how can he ask a question like, did you have a jolly time? Did you enjoy? Did you have a good time? But then she is coming forward, and it is very painful. It is.
You know what? Just going forward from this story, he did this to 30 girls. So there are 30 other young girls that were subject to this treatment by him, including there's some twins actually that are famous from the Idols. Very good singers, two twins, twin sisters.
I've seen them.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah. And they were victim to him as well. But you know what touches me the most is what's happening why is there this, it seems as though there's this defaming of the character of men of God that's happening. Whether it's falsification, which I'm not saying this is falsification, but false accusation or accusation of men of God, discrediting their character falsely. But there's also the aspect of men of God acting inappropriately and out of bounds. Giving a bad name to men of God. I mean, a man of God is they are the moral in the society.
Yes.
They're the ones that teach me what's right and what's wrong. How can someone who teaches me what's right and what's wrong then come out and become the person that does wrong to me in that way? I'm concerned about where the world is going and the kind of outlook that men of God are being given now. Because say a genuine man of God comes, before you receive the genuineness, you're going to be hit by these rumors of fake or real, of rape cases happening, thievery, conning, stealing money, stealing wives, having multiple girlfriends, flamboyance that's not even holy, or just this outrageous flamboyance that's really just pride in essence. How does someone make the good choice of choosing a good man of God, and what's going on? Where do we draw the line, and who's responsible for that?
I think in general, this is just a very difficult topic, particularly because we're dealing with men of God. It's different to just say you got into some other man's room. Like you said, you're trusting your pastor, and she went there assuming that this is a person that I can trust, and then this happens. But now that the world has come to this, I think it just teaches us. We're getting lessons from these situations that don't necessarily just trust everyone. I mean, ultimately, we're supposed to trust God, right? You do know that.
Yeah.
So don't over-trust man, because man is flesh, ultimately. You know what I mean? And just continuously to train our girls. And with this Me Too movement, do you also know, because I read this on the Morning Express show on news, about there's also the story of the Pope, issues that were coming out of about 400, like large numbers of molested boys that are now coming out now. It's crazy. I don't even know what the world is.
Yeah, especially this year, a lot of these stories are actually coming out, and it's getting confusing.
It's really so confusing.
Yes.
You don't know who to trust. You don't know where to trust.
But to just answer you there, SJ, I think it's up to us. The whole trust, where do you draw the line, etc. Because we should always know that in as much as this person is a man of God, he is a man first.
Flesh.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is a man first. That's why he said to be a man of God, because he feels stuff that other men feel. So
But
we should
he's-
never
yeah.
be able to actually see them as people that don't feel anything, or people that don't think about certain things, or people that don't succumb to temptation. Because the Bible even says we are all going to be tempted somehow. That is very true. So we're not supposed to trust people too much to thinking that they're not going to do anything to us. We should be as the Bible says, we should be as wise as what? As serpents. Yes, we should be very wise. Calm but wise. Because if you're not wise, then these things will continue to happen, because we are too trusting. Because these men of God, we feel like they are our fathers, they are our protectors.
Yeah.
But in return,
Then they hurt us.
yes, then they hurt us.
Yeah. Okay. What's your closing line, Nella and SJ? So that, you know, get out of the somber
Okay, guys.
mood.
Right, let's
I heard the wife was actually laughing during the
Yeah, I
the
even
trial.
saw pictures.
don't
Yeah.
What's her name? But I forgot her name. But she was actually laughing. As women, we should support each other.
Is
and
she
we should-
okay though? That's
I don't
abnormal
know. I don't-
behavior.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
women, we should support each other. You
Yeah.
know, like. But she was laughing, like literally laughing. I don't know.
You know what? This whole thing is just out of hand. But I think let's just keep watching and see what happens. This lady Cheryl Zondi, she's been quite brave,
Yeah, she is.
Well done.
and of course there's some details which I believe we all want answers to, as to why it's taken so long and things like that. And we do understand the emotional abuse and the victimization that comes with it, and almost the taboo and the blackmail and the this and the that.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's gonna take long because this man is like influential. You know, he's a
Oh, he's
pastor.
influential.
He's
Yeah.
influential. The police, they have his back. It's gonna take some time.
The
But I was
police have his
actually
back.
Yeah,
I was
so
actually reading that
we
he's
need to
into a lot of human trafficking as well. Like he's being accused of such acts, especially human trafficking of girls all across Africa and beyond. So now it's stretching
He has
from
connections everywhere.
It's stretching. You know how people, if you are into that sort of business, you need to know who's who and who does what, and so that
Yeah.
for backup and protection sake.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No,
No,
this is
that's-
bad.
justice will be served.
Yes.
Yeah, just
I do believe.
yeah, justice should be served in the end.
Yeah.
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 So I mean that's that.
I was about to steal
Okay.
my mic. Because I just feel like the mood is just very somber. Intense for a Friday. It's a bit intense. So we want to become, let's talk about something that's a bit lighter. But I do believe, Cheryl Zondi, we have your back, and justice will be served. The fact that you've come out, this is the beginning of something.
Yes,
Speaking about
true.
something evokes something, and it will work out. With this Me Too movement, trust me, you'll win. So many women
Yeah.
are winning with this movement. And if you're a woman out there, you should also come out. I'm now like trying to urge, if there's anything that has happened to you, this is the time for women to be able to come out, and that should take place. So let's talk about something else that's been trending on social media, and that's like the coupe challenge. Something different, something interesting. Let's talk about it. Do you guys know about the coupe challenge?
Guys,
No, SJ,
Everyone is excited.
because SJ is not.
We're already
us.
blushing.
like
SJ is not us. I think he has to say something about this.
Coupe.
What did you guys want me to say about the?
The
What do you
four
want me to say about?
boys. What do you think? Because I know a lot
Do
of
you know
guys
what?
are like,
I just woke up one day and I just saw people going crazy about these four guys who are just dancing, and I don't understand what they're dancing, and they're smiling. I don't know what the song is saying.
Please.
They're dancing and they're smiling and they're doing their. So it was pretty cool. I thought it was okay. I didn't see anything wrong with the video. Was there anything wrong with it?
there wasn't
Let us
anything
tell
wrong.
you.
You know what?
Allow us. Right. So this video was just a hit. I'm sure it just made all of us go crazy. So my sister showed it to me, and I had to put it on my status. I just had to put it on my status. Okay, I think what's more powerful about this video is it's not just that they were dancing, whatever. Yeah, powerful. 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 It's not because of the dance. It's not because of the music. It's because they are a power. God, we usually say power couple, but they're four. These guys are friends,
They're
and they're
power
all
group.
good looking. Do you get it? Because usually in a group, in a squad, if you're with your girls, maybe there's one of you who's a bit.
Okay.
or two of you. But the fact that there are 4 friends and all of them, they look the same, they're fit, they look good. And yeah. So that's what made it really deep, like all 4.
But for
you
me-
can pick anyone.
For me, it was overrated. For me, it was overrated. They're just
pick anyone
guys.
for what?
Exactly. For what?
To court. To marry.
Yo.
But for me-
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Too
okay.
far.
But for
No,
me,
you know
I
what?
think
Have
those
you
guys are
noticed with Valerie-
overrated.
With Queen Val, everything's about marriage.
Yes.
Queen Val, that's a really nice top. I know, I'm not married. I'm like, Queen Val, that's
Yeah,
a really,
those beads are nice. Yeah, I
those
know,
beads are
right?
nice.
I'm not
Yeah, I'm
married.
gonna get married soon. It's a Makoti hairstyle. I'm
Yes.
like everything to do with Queen Val.
Thank you for
That's really-
throwing it out
Receive.
there. I receive.
Receive. But for me, I think those
guys.
those guys are overrated. I mean, they're just guys that are dancing
Just cute guys.
and smiling.
They're just cute
No,
guys.
they're
who are
just
dancing.
guys.
When was the last time you saw cute guys like that dancing? 4 of them.
Here at Oral, we've got plenty of guys that can
4
top
of them.
those
Will they
guys.
be dancing?
No, but they've been looking nice.
Searching up mention names. I can't wait.
No, they're a lot.
Jay.
No, okay, fine. That's Jay.
You can't mention yourself. No. That's
They're
vanity.
They're a lot. No, but on a serious note, those guys are just overrated. They're just guys.
No,
I mean-
Initially, when they hit the scenes, they were not
No,
just
this
guys.
is me.
They're
Like,
the perfect guys to date. Like the perfect.
but do you know them?
Nice skin.
Do you know them? Aside from them dancing like that, do you know
I
them?
feel like I know them.
Oh my
I
goodness!
feel like I know them. I can look into their eyes and then they'll be just like, no, we are harmless, you know, we just in the coupe and then,
You know what?
I
Okay.
give up.
Okay, to be honest, like I said to my sister, it was just good to look at, good for the eye. That's it, and that's where it stops. That's where it stops.
No, but that's
So,
why it starts.
That's
Yeah,
no,
that's why
stops.
it starts.
Stops because you know what happens. Most of the time, you get disappointed when you then get to know someone.
Yeah,
and
true.
you know their lives, you know their characters, because we know nothing about these guys. But what excited us was it's just their looks. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're bad guys, but I'm just saying it was good enough for 2 days, 3 days, a week. After that, let's just move on with our lives. They're good looking.
Yeah.
They can stay in France.
But
After
you know
all,
what?
we're never going to meet these guys.
We're
anyway.
never.
You never know. You
no,
never
no.
know.
We're living in
You
a
never
global
know.
world.
You
Maybe one
never
day you're
know.
gonna fly to France. You can holler
Le
back.
français.
Yeah. So anyway, I follow these guys now on
Yes.
exactly. So I follow these guys now on Instagram and
Really?
Jim
What are their
Su-
names?
Jim Su, the one to the right, the one who. That's Jim Su. Then we have Habib Tutoy. Habib Tutoy. That's this one here. And then we have Teddy Ovo, the one at the back, the light one.
Wow.
And then we
Wow. Just wow.
and then we have the fourth one. Okay, the reason I don't remember the fourth one's name because people were kind of comparing, saying 1, 2, 3 in order. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, so I follow those guys. I turned on my post notification, so I see every Instagram that gets in, bing, and then I just watch them. So there were comments coming from people, and people are now saying, mostly from Nigeria, they're like, "You guys are now making us sick. Can you guys stop posting these videos? It was fun a week ago, but now
Yeah,
we're done
we
with
should
you."
stop.
You know,
Because
I
now
think-
they're continuing posting those videos. We're
There are
done.
relationships that actually were damaged because of these guys. Do you guys know that?
Girls were saying, "I'm gonna fly to
lot.
Paris."
Yeah, and
I'm
then
coming.
you know, regular old Joe is saying, okay, I look like this, and then you're doing that. So what about me? Because the next time you're gonna meet somebody that looks like that,
And then
it's
you're
late
gonna
for
leave
me.
For that
Yeah, no,
Mm.
it's over. But what do you think about the picture that was posted with the curtains? No, not the curtains, in their house. No, SJ,
Yeah,
tell us
that's
about
another
that
thing.
one.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I was telling you. They're overrated.
You know what, Queen Val? I remember the morning it came out. You were talking about it, if literally, because her desk is like right opposite mine. So she'd be sitting there and she'd be like, literally, "Oh my goodness, the coupe guys." And now she was now telling me about them. This one's called a Bichu. This one's called. And I was like, and these names aren't even, listen, names aren't even like, you know, easy to pronounce. But she was
But
like,
you
Habichu,
can.
you know, Jim Sim, you know. I'm like, yo, but what am I supposed to say right now? I just forgot.
What do you think about
The
the room?
picture with
The
the
picture,
room.
yeah.
Right.
The background.
My spirit that morning.
No, everyone's spirit was killed. Petronella, I actually saw it on her
I saw the
status.
bed and I was like, oh my god.
I saw it on her status message.
But that's what you
And I-
guys want, right?
No.
You know what? Is it okay? Can I just throw a question?
Just cute and
Are the cute guys all the guys you think are cute? What if they all stay in homes like that? Would you date Habichu after seeing that room with the broken down fan with the dust and the mattress on the floor? And you know what? Do you know what I noticed
mattress
actually on
is
that
the
picture?
worst.
The mattress was on the floor. There was just a fan, a dusty fan. There was a desk behind them. You could tell these are school kids. There was like a
Yeah.
maths textbook there or something.
Yeah, they are.
Exactly. They were like textbooks there. They're like a geography book or something. But next to the desk, there was like a stack of original Nike shoes, like literally like 10 boxes. And I'm like, these are wrong priorities.
Very,
Instead
very
of
wrong.
buying a mattress and a proper bed, you're buying 10 Nikes.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And most of those shoes are really expensive.
Yeah.
How many beds can you buy? Like a regular double bed.
They're focusing on their looks.
So
Yeah,
just
they are.
put
They are.
No,
and,
right now-
And I think they got
Yeah.
the response they wanted from you guys. I think you guys really
They
gave
didn't get any
them-
response from me.
the
I never
response they
posted
wanted.
anything about them.
Because listen, okay, let's do the math, right? Let's say a good pair of Nikes is $300 US. I know beds for $300.
Yes.
But those guys had $300 times 10, which meant they had 3,000
3K.
in shoes. These were just the boxes stacked on the side. We didn't know what the other side of the room looked like.
What if it was just for display?
But wait. Can I steal your mic? But wait, what we are saying right now is that these guys are also, they're gym instructors, they're like models. And so
No,
it's
they're not
okay.
models, they
They're
think they
focusing,
are.
yeah, they think they're focusing on their looks. It's fine. And if they're still young, 23, it's okay.
No, 23, you're
give
not a
them a
man. You're not a
break.
boy. You're not a man. How many men do you know got married at 23?
You should man up, man up,
Yeah.
man up. Yeah.
But it's not bad though, you know. And then they sent out a post and they were thanking everyone. They're like, "Thank you so much, guys. We heard our video went viral
likes.
in Nigeria, in Africa, in South America." They mentioned
And then
countries.
this was me the whole time. Like,
rolling. Many people were now commenting saying, "Whatever, guys, whatever." Like, thank you so much and whatnot. But they were so grateful. They're like, "Thank you, guys. Our videos like really
in
hit."
French.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was in French, right? Then it was translated, I think. Yeah. So I don't think they can speak in English. That's another thing. They can't speak in English. Are you guys okay with that?
I don't care about this, guys. You better ask her.
Nella, you okay with that? I don't think they can speak in English.
I
Your
think
language
you can learn.
will be.
You can
Like
learn.
I'm gonna date one of them. They're just cute, you know. Chakanaka. They just cute.
To just look at
But
and
they're not
that's
my
it.
type.
Would you date
But not to take home to mama.
if they were here, would you date them?
No, I wouldn't. They're not my type.
What do you mean they're not your type?
Why, what's your type?
What's your type,
Exactly.
Girls.
Okay, no, SJ is feeling out of place though. Sorry. Yeah, no,
yeah.
continue.
So yeah, I wouldn't date them.
I think I would date them if only if they're ambitious, they're going
You
somewhere.
don't have a bed. Come on.
No, you know, at
Just your
23, you already
shoes.
know. You know, at 23, you already know if you're ambitious enough or not. You know, now that's the age to start sacrificing
Yeah.
shoes for a bed.
For a bed, yeah.
that's the age. If you fail to do that at that age, it's late. It's like it'll be very difficult for you to prioritize certain things because people always want to invest on the outlook.
Yeah, the way you look and
Yes, the way they look, and then you have no bed.
it doesn't make sense. And then also my sister was like, you know what? I also don't like a guy who has too much pressure. Like every girl wants him. That's the reason why I wouldn't
That is
date
the
Jim
worst
Soo.
thing that can ever
Because
happen
imagine
to
if you're
you.
his bae and every girl is commenting, liking their
Yeah.
and
Would you
dreaming
like
about
that?
him.
If
That
you
is
make a
just-
mistake, he's gonna move out. He's gonna date someone else.
He's gonna date
Like,
someone younger.
I don't give a fuck.
Are we
Oh,
going to
beautiful.
talk about
In
this
one.
now?
Are we?
Okay.
What are we talking? what are you laughing at? SJ, the mic is on you. What are you laughing at?
Well, SJ is even.
I'm laughing. No, I'm laughing at this topic. I think it's a really good topic.
No, it's not.
So why were you laughing though?
I was laughing at you guys. You guys are funny. You guys are really funny. I don't think that these guys.
Yes, it's not true. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
I think the man behind the camera must come and also share his
Yes,
thoughts. Because I'm on the spot now.
Share your thoughts.
So, SJ, what would you do if you notice that your girlfriend is following him? What would you do?
I'm not really an insecure guy, guys. To be honest, if I see that she's following him, okay, cool. If I was to date a girl, if she did that, then it would never last.
How would you know?
How would I know what?
Yeah, she's talking to this guy. on
There's
the
a
phone.
certain character that entertains stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it might not come out today, tomorrow, next week, but it will come out, and when it does,
if
it will
I
never
beat you
last.
twice to slide in your DM, Since
No.
you there's a
I would-
notification, you want to know and see what's
Yes.
happening.
I would talk to him for networking purposes because we live in a global
what
world.
networking?
Networking. Maybe one day I'm going to go to Paris. I want to get into the modeling industry.
Wow.
Networking.
Valerie, you
need
said
to
you're
network
done with
people.
modeling.
You never know. You guys not put me on the spot. But anyway. No, but you know what I think? There are also girls who tried out the same video. Did you watch that one of the girls?
There are a lot
4
now.
good-looking girls. But then what I think is that women are so beautiful, to be honest, all over the world. So with women, it's been overdone. So
Yes.
it's not something special to see 4 beautiful women
Right,
doing,
right, yeah.
you know, coupe.
People
There's
be
so
like,
many
"Ah,
beautiful
ah,
women.
go
So
sleep."
exactly.
something for yourself.
Yeah. So that's why this video had so much impact because it was men for a change. Yeah. Women,
But it's
we
overrated. I'm still
It's-
saying it.
You're still saying it's
Those
overrated.
guys are
It's okay,
overrated.
Tasha. It's okay, Tasha. It's okay. We understand.
So if they're overrated, why did you know, entertain? Why did you look? Why were you part of that?
It's because it's
Journey.
trending. When something is trending,
Okay.
you want to see what's going on.
All right.
Because you should be part of a. Because it's a global world, like you were saying. You need to know everything that's
You need to
happening
know.
around
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that really got to me was guys that were shading them. And then this guy posted on his Facebook, you're posting these guys,
Guys.
but then you're always with us in the hood, so carry on.
No, I
That's
like
when
that
I was
one.
like, yeah. That's when I was
I
like,
like
okay,
that
which
one.
guys? What's happening? Because I only saw a screenshot of the guys. I didn't know about the video. And then that's when I started looking for the video. Then I saw it on both of y'all status.
No, it was on my
updates.
status. I had to.
You did?
I admit. Yeah.
It's your phone. It's not her, it's her phone.
My phone. It's trending after all. So it's
Okay.
just posting.
So that's when I was like, oh, these guys. Yeah.
So that's how you feel. So I guess the coupe challenge is it over now? Is it still trending? Is it still a thing?
You know, some people are
not
latecomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always
yeah.
latecomers.
But those guys should stop posting now. I think it's good. Okay, they're good looking. Thank you. We've seen you. I think it's a good buy for now.
Thank God. We should thank God.
Thank God for.
He's the one who made them. So we should yeah, God.
Do you know what I did? I actually put like praise hands. You know the emoji of like the praise hands. That's what I put on my status. I was like, praise.
Not.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, because we're thanking the Almighty for the beautiful creations He created on this planet. Yeah, no, it's so nice. SJ, you guys do this all the time to women. So when we women are now talking about men, why is it uncomfortable for
Exactly. Sometimes, yeah.
No,
you?
it's-
Men do that about us. All that they talk about us.
Uncomfortable, yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm appreciating. I'm saying if you guys are thanking God, I'm also a part of thanking God for you. That you are appreciating what you are appreciating. Do you get it?
No, start again.
Yes.
No, I
I'm
get
not
what
gonna
he's
start
saying.
again.
I get what he's saying. But still.
No, but you know what? It's a bit weird for me, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. yeah.
If I look at another man, I see myself. So
like
that's the end of the story.
the end.
So if you guys are appreciating and you think it's nice, well.
But then
congrats.
earlier on, you said that you noticed teeth. But did you notice the teeth of the other guy?
Especially Habi too.
No.
Oh my
When
God,
he
I don't know their names.
You know what? This
And then he sat down. Then he was like,
Val is a she is a hypocrite. She was like, "We're over them. It's done." But
Yeah.
that's not.
That's not being done. You're not
being-
done.
she woke me up. Sorry.
You evoked hidden emotions. the fake ones went away.
The fake ones. So anyway, that's the end of our conversation. Coupe challenge on our Friday
Guys, we
live.
should do the Coupe challenge.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We need to close off. Okay, no, we're
I
gonna.
don't want
we're
people
gonna
to start
close off.
trolling me or shading me.
Okay, so don't do it. You just.
No, I'll just be like one of those guys that were in the background. They were like,
Then you just. Okay. I know. It's just.
yeah, too cool for
What
school.
was up with the faces? Like,
I know. No, they're trying
Yeah,
to be.
trying
You
to
have to
be
be
mean
cool,
mugging.
Kyle, you have to be.
You know.
no.
All right, so I'm gonna do a countdown. Then we're gonna do it, and that'll be our close off, right?
Which side are we starting with first?
Okay,
Who
that's not
starts?
good. I'm gonna
It's me.
You know, we do kanjiva, you know, something like that.
All right, which side are we starting with? Okay, I'll start. I'm Habitu. So I'm gonna get
I'm,
you.
not, I'm me. I'm Tasha
Okay.
Apple. I'm nobody. Like I'm not a B23 or.
Okay, we'll just do it, even if it's not in sequence, but we'll do it.
Yeah,
but
but
anyway,
SJ doesn't wanna. SJ, are you in there?
you say?
SJ, come on.
It's okay, we'll do the three of us. It doesn't matter. But anyway, that's it.
Does anybody have the song? Do you have the song? Do you have the song?
I'll find it.
So whilst Petronella is coming, we're just gonna close off our Friday live, and don't forget
Yes.
because Natasha spoke about a show, but you also need to listen to the Morning Express show,
Yes.
6 to 9 a.m.
Monday to Friday.
And we talk about health. If you don't like health, well, you won't like the show. But we also talk about relationship goals, my favorite. And so many other topics as well. And also SJ, he does this live as well with Jasmine, pretty dope. So you have to
The
tune
touchdown.
in. Okay, so we're getting ready. We're about to do this. My heart is beating.
All right.
What?
Marshall,
you want
do
to
you wanna join
impress
us?
those guys? Your heart is beating. SJ, your heart is beating.
heart is beating.
Because you want
All
to
right, all
impress
right.
those guys?
Valerie, come on, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I start. Okay.
Okay.
I can't.
We should look confused.
Why should we look confused?
That's what we do. Which side are we going? Okay.
Oh, we're supposed to start with the beat.
No problem.